Okay, hello and welcome to the second part of our stream. Let me make sure I've got the chat up there. Nice to see people talking about places to travel in the chat. Always makes me happy. Come to Paris. You have the smell of dog poo in the streets. Oh, that's very attractive. I don't remember noticing that when I've been to Paris. Always that time of year too. Like in winter, we don't usually plan a trip here at home so much in the winter, and in a sense it makes it's like we should, because the winter here in northern Canada sucks, so we should try to get away. But we're not people to just go to like a resort in the Caribbean or something like that. We like to especially travel to Europe, and the problem is it's also cold there. If you're going to like Scotland, you don't want to go to Scotland in February. You'd rather do that in summer. Same thing with like say Scandinavia, for example. Although I have to say, I was just in Sweden 2 weeks ago. Like, Sweden in February turns out to be a hell of a lot nicer than here. All right, so let's go ahead and continue playing here. Got our worker has finished doing those improvements, which is quite good. I think we're gonna have to rest the worker here since we are still taking miasma damage. I'm still quite happy with rushing to alien genetics at this point. We might want to make a pit stop for alien biology. I think we're going to have to. We've got a lot of miasma to clear. I think our life is gonna be a lot slower if our workers keep taking damage from miasma, so we have to rest them all the time. And we are gonna want the repulsor to run our attack. So I think at that point we'll go ahead and queue that up next. It's a little sucky, but what can you do? Explorers will be immune to miasma, which will be interesting. I don't know if that's particularly important, but is a thing that is going to happen. Trying to decide if I want to move my ranger up to here. I'm a little worried that it might just get destroyed. At the very least, I'll rest it one turn so it gets a little bit of health. Maroc says, the climate's usually nice in southern Italy in the winter. Yes, I'm sure that's probably true. That would probably be a place that would be nice to be. There's no miasma here, so let's actually scooch forward with this soldier. Then I can bring the ranger to bear and pew-pew the raptor bug. You are basically going to be neutral here, sitting in the miasma, but that'll be alright. ARC gunboat. Too early for gunboats. You're going to get eaten by sea dragons! Sea dragons, which I said in the chat during the break that sea dragons are the Britta Perry of the Beyond Earth universe. They are the worst. Community reference. We are building a network here. Good. Yes, we'll finish the spy thing soon. We're not going to build a spy thing in Adama. More tech is good. Thorium reactors, good. Ultrasonic fence we don't need. We don't have any desert here. That's not true. We do have some desert. So, I mean, the vivarium is always fine. It's better if you have desert tiles. Oh, these are all deserts. Okay, Adama needs a vivarium ASAPly. Let's go ahead and do that. You go ahead and you could take a pot shot at these guys, but no, that would be bad. So let's just fortify. I will scooch up here and shoot at this wolf beetle. Almost, but not quite destroying it. Malcifer, we are playing as the Slavic Federation, which whose bonus hasn't really come into play. Oh, well, I say that. I did have the one solar collector early on that was pretty good. Do we have the tech for that? Oh. I don't actually play enough of the game to remember where everything is. Photo systems. Oh, it's over here, the solar collector, so no, we're quite far away from that. Obviously, it would be quite nice. It sucks that it's a harmony affinity and not purity. But what can you do? Okay, spy agency, get that going. Quest, Sino nurseries. Okay, here's the thing. I'm definitely gonna poll this. I'm always quite confused. Let me put up the poll first because there's a delay. So, Cyto nursery. So it's plus 5% military. Plus 5% military unit production, or plus 1 production. And I'm always like, I have questions about the math all the time. It's like, is there any way that the plus 5% is better than a plus 1 flat production? Because the plus 1 production applies to military unit construction at all as well. So plus 5% means for every 20 units of production, you get an extra production. So for the plus 5% to be worth more than just the flat plus 1, you'd need to be making 40 production already and basically building military units exclusively. I guess we're not that far. We're at 35 in our capital. So actually, the Cyto nursery plus 5%, if we're just building military units, would actually turn out to be more hammers, or bolts, or whatever, production points. So, okay, I'm starting to see, and if you get, later on, you can get your capitals to probably produce 60, 80, 100 production, so that starts to be pretty good. But I don't know. I think I like the simplicity of the +1, which is why I go for it. All right, 90% of the people say that +1 production is the way to go, so there we go. Justified. Like, I can sort of see maybe an argument, but this way the production applies to everything. Everything you ever do. Non-military units, buildings, wonders, all good stuff. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. Although, in hindsight, I actually should have put a shot on the raptor bug, because now I'm worried that our soldier might actually be killed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back with this one, and I'm going to move forward with this one over here. And if I go here, I should be okay. I think only one raptor bug can hit me, and I don't think it'll kill me. And usually they're leery about leaving their base. Oh, there's another wolf beetle over here. Or wolf beetle is the one I meant that could attack. The raptor bug shouldn't be able to because he's adjacent to a unit over here. We can move up with the combat rover, though. And I will do so. If you're a warmonger, then 5%. Otherwise, the +1. Yeah. Oh. We're selling our titanium to Hutama. We might be able to go another 30 turns without our titanium. But we are going to want it when we actually get some affinities, which we're starting to be a little slow on. What's this? Tangled web. Ooh, network. Okay. Network. Either it's free maintenance or it's culture. How much does maintenance cost on the network as is? Maintenance on the network is 1. So the quest decision here is either +1 energy or +1 culture. 100% we're going +1 culture. We don't even need to poll for that. That's the obvious choice. We're going to go ahead and do that. Veterancy gained. Excellent. I don't think I'm going to take the heal because I can run away pretty easily. So I will just go ahead and take the discipline bonus. And I will then shoot down here and actually try to go for the kill, which we will do. Lovely. Very nice. And then up here we can shoot there and use this soldier to finish him off. We're a little bit on the weak side. Hopefully we'll go okay. This worker over here. I might want to... I think I can remove miasma in neutral territory, which might be good. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and hook up this chitin over here. Again, you can say chitin if you want. But if you want to be, more correct, you can say chitin. More historically correct. Pronunciations do change over time, and that's okay. I don't think this wolf beetle will be able to kill the soldier in defensive terrain. Hopefully we'll be alright. Next turn. We do have another one over here, actually. We might get double hit, now that I think about it. That would be kind of unfortunate. Nope, no death. And in fact, we got veterancy over there. Excellent. They moved to the nest. Let's take a shot here. I will actually use the veterans. I could just run away. Can't run far, but I can run far enough. But I can't really replace it. You know what? No, I'm going to take the heal on this front. That'll be okay. And then I'm just going to fortify up. You are going to run away, though. Bad you can't reach friendly territory, but that'll have to do. Over here, your job will be to remove that miasma first. Lots of territory. My god, we're playing on standard size, aren't we? Yeah. Feels like a really big map for some reason, and I can't figure out why. But the map feels ginormous. Move in there, into the miasma. I'll do a swap here. Necessarily advantageous, but, it gets our ranger into position to take... Oh, you can't shoot. Oh, because of forest! Poop. Do we move in here? We're in melee range of a wolf beetle. Wolf beetle's not that strong, although neither are we. We have 3 strength. I think we'll just wait 1 turn. We'd be better off here, because then we could actually shoot these guys. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and probably drop a farm up there, especially if we're going to get the vertical farming. That's the thing, the generators. That's 2 generators are built now, and I'm always like, vertical farming. Friendship with Utama. No reason to say no, I don't think. Alright, we got a couple of attacks on our units, but we didn't actually lose anyone. We are losing money right now, so getting thorium reactors up and running might be nice, but I find it hard to resist going for the labs right now. I think we've got to go for the labs. Oh, excellent news. Okay, you have finished your trade depot. Your trade depot. The subscriptions are working again. Good news, everyone. Thank you for subscribing. You're the first one who actually popped up today, as far as I can tell. Health. I think I want to get the recycler up and running first. Get it to build units faster, and then we'll focus on actually finishing that up. We are going to be building academies later on, so I think Learning Center is a good thing to do. The question is, what is our other... Because we want to get 2 more knowledge techs to finish the plus 10% bonus. So if we get Learning Center, we could then get Monomyth, but we don't really have Great Wonders. Techno-Artists, more science for culture is probably pretty good. There's an argument to be made about getting the 10% cheaper Leaf Tech. Since we don't need Learning Centers right now, the question is, are we going to grab Meta Research for 10% cheaper Leafs? Or are we, after we get Learning Centers, going to get Techno Artisans, which is more science based on culture? So obviously it's going to depend on us producing a lot of culture. Either way, the effective result is we sort of kind of end up with more science, either by making the techs cheaper or by literally getting more science. It's, I think, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but I'll go and ask. So do we want, so virtue, question mark. Do we want Meta Research or Techno Artisans? Both are great names. If one had a crappy name, I think that would like lock me in and be like, no, I'm taking the other one with the cool name, but they both have cool names. Virtue Pool. And again, if people say Techno Artisans, it means we're going to take Learning Centers right now. I guess the other thing is we could just skip the Learning Centers altogether. We could go Meta Research into Techno Artisans. If we're going vertical farming, maybe we're going to end up with more farms than academies. I've been assuming all along. All right, well, right now people are saying Meta Research, which is good because it'll open up the possibility. We'll have choice later on. For our final one, so we're going to take this, cheaper Leaf Techs. So for our final choice, we can choose between Learning Center and Techno Artisans, and we'll have another poll. Yay! All right, cool. That works out nicely. Oh, wow. Wait, 3 places we can dig here? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to park my drone here. We're going to build some more explorers. In fact, at this point, I kind of wish we had the Explorer module. Not badly enough to prefer it over the +1 science from the labs, but, you know, a little. Oh, yeah, he's still can't shoot. If I come down here, though, then I can shoot there. Do I want to pop the nest right now? No, I'm pretty sure that was result in the death of the soldier. You go ahead, stay fortified, healing on the forest. That'll be much, much, much better. Yeah. You, I'm going to move all the way into the city to heal up. You are going to build me another farm. You have finished building that, which is great. Food production still sucks at Castle Reynolds, but, you know, what can we do? Well, what we can do is hope that... they're going to grab that tile in 2 turns. You know what? That's great. Let's move over here and start removing that miasma. And then it will be in a great situation to build a farm afterwards. Okay.
Change the steps in the dance of life.
That's bad. The pack lost their capital. Was that to Australia? Yeah, so... Hey, it's in the African Union. I don't suppose you'd be interested in going to war against Australia, would you?
Fadlan, proceed.
Right. Because they're going to have to be stopped. Now, the pack might be able to retake the city. At this stage in the game, cities are very, very squishy. So you often see them going back and forth quite a bit. I'm really hoping the pack will be able to flip that back over. Because otherwise, they'll stay weak. Brasilia will go and eat them, and then we may get some runaway AIs. I'm still worried about the KP running away with the game. But there's nothing I can do about them right now. I think we don't need a heal here. Which makes me very happy. Do that. Continue to rest. We're going to blow up that unit. Boom! Fresh specimens. Culture. Lots of science. Like 3 turns worth of science. Don't mind if I do. Pop the nest. Get 25 energy. We still have a quest to kill 1 more nest. Which might mean we literally just leave this area. And let a nest respawn here. I can't shoot that one. Really? Why? Oh, because there's forest there. It doesn't look foresty. But, you know, fair enough. I think I'll just run away with this unit now, just to make sure. There is no miasma there. Good. Excellent. I'll just go and position myself there. That'll be fine. You rest up, which is going to be great. Land-based trade convoy. Look at how much science we'd be sending them. Oh, well, we're clearly going to go to Shackleton. Franco-Iberia, how are your affinities? You're okay. You're still at level 2, which is good. Obviously, we're still at level 0, although we're practically at 1. I think if we get 3 affinity techs, that'll be enough to get us to level 4 at this point. Especially since we still have some quests queued up. I'm surprised killing 10 aliens didn't give us more purity. Okay. All right. This is an excellent, excellent choice for a poll right here. So Paul Australia wants to go to war against the African Union. Now, I'm all in favor of keeping Paul Australia busy because they just took over some land. Now, I'm hoping they don't go and kill the African Union. So I was going to try to bribe the African Union to go to war with Paul Australia. Now it's going to be the other way around. If we say yes, now this will pull us into the war. But, okay, the downside to that is we will get some warmonger penalty. On the other hand, we should be totally immune to anything the African Union is going to do. They're too far away. Yes, so we will poll Australia. That is, who said that? Dutch Derpy Guy. Poll Australia. Dutch Derpy Guy is one of my crusaders in the Darkest Dungeon. And hello, Professor Strangelove. Isn't it Dr. Strangelove in the movie? Or How I Stopped to Worry and Love the Bomb? Something like that. Thank you very much for subscribing, though. War poll. Yes, war. No, war. I mean, war poll versus African Union. We're still trying to gear up to a war against Franco-Iberia. Because if we can pull that off, we will have massive control. War poll over the area. Alright, there. Results. Like, I can see an argument for both ways. I might lean towards yes in this one myself, and the audience is leaning overwhelmingly towards yes. Over 80% of people say, yes, we should go to the war. It's thinning down to around 75, but I don't think this trend is going to break. 76, 75%. Yeah, pretty clearly, yes, we will go ahead and say, let's get the war started. It should cost us nothing. Africa's way over here. Whoa! Oh, we completed our spy lab, which is good. We have to select our project. Now, this I don't usually feel is terribly important because I almost never have any spies in my headquarters. Every now and again, when I want something to succeed, I will do that. So I'll use Operations Reconnaissance, which increases the chance of success. So for the rare case when I have like one spy in the field to try to complete something super important. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and put a spy in Le Caire, which is our opponents over here. I could actually just put tons of spies all over Franco-Iberia. Which makes it harder for them to defend against us. I don't necessarily care about vision anywhere else. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to put all our spies in Franco-Iberian territory. It'll give us vision over their territory. We can get information about that. I don't think we'll get the intrigue levels high enough to do anything nasty, but it's a possibility. I don't think I want to build any boats. Cloning plant is +1 production from xenomass. Yeah, all right. We need to build a cloning plant right now. We also need trade units in Castle Reynolds, but the cloning plant is going to be important. Vivarium quest decision. Okay, this is a really good one. Science or food? Often I weight food a little bit more than science, but that might actually be a mistake. Science is really, really strong, and we do need to catch up in our tech. We're going to have a lot of vivariums. We're literally going to have a vivarium in every single one of our cities, so this is going to be a really, really important decision. Vivarium. It's not spelled right. Vivarium. There we go. +1 science, +1 food. Well, I mean, they're both really strong. I think I normally go food, but this time I might be leaning science. I don't know. Oh, I'm really curious to see what people are going to think about this. I literally don't know what the right answer here is. And I don't think there's a wrong answer. Well, there's not. I mean, you're not screwing yourself either way. You're still getting a benefit. Okay. 75% of the people are thinking science. Actually, 80% of the people are saying science. Science it is. Boom. All right, we cleared out that nest. There's miasma here, so I'm not going to sit here and heal. Is there anywhere else there might be an alien nest on this continent? There's still some areas we haven't cleared up there, which we were going to want to do. I think what I'll do is just run into friendly territory to heal up and maybe allow them to respawn a nest over here. Worker here, please construct a paddock. You can pull back into there. You are not on miasma, so go ahead and rest where you are. Lots of quest completion. We did declare that war. The pack made peace with Paul Australia. They didn't take back their capital. That is so bad. That is so bad. And La Bella is going to fall over. I think that Magan is probably going to be fine. It feels like they're quite far apart, although I probably would have said the same thing about Tiangong. All Australia, what are your affinities looking like? You got level 4. African Union, level 3. That's not terrible. I don't know how long he's had level 4. He may not have his unique units yet. Yes, absolutely farm there. That'll be good. You trade route. We can send some food and production to Picard, but that's not particularly interesting. We can get some food and production back our way, which might not be too bad. Send to Lacat. I think we're going to do that, because we'll net a little bit more science and research than they will. We'll go ahead and do that one.
Le commerce fonctionne quand on comprend l'autre.
Yes, a cooperation agreement is going to be fine. It's going to take us a long time before we get teched up. Certainly more than 30 turns. So for now, a cooperation agreement is going to be fine. I don't think we'll renew it. But we're going to be okay. Now, they are expanding like crazy. We do need to go and settle up there relatively soon. Picard, what are you building right now? The cloning plant. I am actually going to go ahead and queue up a colonist after this. We don't have tons of happiness, but we're going to have to get that up and running. There's also some titanium there. I forgot, like 7 titanium. That might be better, actually. Something like that. I mean, we can go inland, but we may actually want to be able to produce some ships. On the other hand, being inland means we're not vulnerable to being shipped at by these guys. But trade routes, I think these trade routes are going to be pretty valuable. Nice long-distance overseas trade route to these guys. I think we're going to want the trade options. We could do a poll. We got that, and you know what? Let me change this flag over here to green. Then we could poll where we might want to settle. We're not quite done building our colonist yet. That is done. Lovely. Let's go ahead and get some farms on the coast. You're going to rest up. And the combat rover, go ahead and scout up here. Maybe we'll find another alien nest for us to blow up. Alien genetics are coming through. And now, like, the affinities are going to come really fast right now. Really fast. We got a lot of stuff that was important for, like, basic growth. But the affinities are going to, like, just doom real quick. Let's get our network going over here. We still need another trade route, I think, don't we? In Castle Reynolds? Actually, we need 2. I think setting up the network first is actually going to be more important. You're fully healed, which is nice. I'm going to get you to... I don't want to send you out on your own. Why don't you just go into Adama and wait there? Oh, we can't settle here because of Shackleton. Which means no one can steal the spot either. So yes, we will go ahead and settle in the north first. As long as Shackleton stands, we won't lose our spot. I'm going to start by establishing a network. I think they nerfed it so it doesn't increase intrigue, but I think we still get XP from it. And it gives us some vision, which I'm going to be quite keen on. One of the big reasons for putting all the spies over there. Other than that, yeah, I'm going to put one soldier over here. Keep an eye on that spot. The other soldier, you're just going to stay in friendly territory. Not a bad set of spots. There's a lot of places to expand to. The happiness is bleh. Trade convoy. We would actually lose science on all of these, so... oh, New Babylon. Please and thank you. WizKid is asking, why Castle and not Mal? Because the character who played Mal Reynolds went on to be the lead in the TV show Castle. So, it's a tribute to everything. Mm-hmm. Park ourselves there. There's some miasma here. Well, no shortage of little places where we can mine titanium, which is nice. Oh, I think you were going to Adama, and now you can't because I have someone in there. I'm not worried about Franco-Iberia attacking me. But I suppose to play it safe, I could just put another ranger right behind Adama, because if they're going to attack anywhere, it's probably there. And they do have a decent amount of troops over by Castle. They're going to be fine. Lodi just settled next to you. Yep, she keeps moving forward. Definitely need to smack her down. Like, luckily, she has not been building an army so far. But that will change at some point. I'm still hoping that we'll hit a good timing. We'll cross our fingers. Alien genetics is going to be really good for us, because we have at least 3 xenomass wells. Yeah, all 3 of them are already up. That's going to be a little bit of extra beakers, which is going to be good. We're not producing huge amounts of science, but it's something. This is all improved down here. Vessel Reynolds, you're going to expand there in 3 turns. We already have a worker nearby, though. Yeah, you can go and improve down here. I think that's going to be fine. Reynolds is growing, luckily, finally. Our health still sucks. Good. I think what we'll do is we'll just wait in this tile. It's about to be improved. So we actually have this fungus. Yeah, the auto purchasing of tiles, like the auto expanding via culture behavior, is a little odd that it prioritizes this tile because there's something in it, even though we can't actually work it anywhere. But, you know, that's fine. You just wait a turn here. You hang out over here. You scout out the rest of the north. Come back down here. Tons of Phyrexite on the north. Wow. I mean, we could still change our affinity, obviously, but I'm still thinking purity is going to be perfectly fine. And yeah, we do want to expand here for the slightly extra titanium. It's not a ton, but that's going to be more than enough than what we need for our conquest. We have arrived here, and indeed, things had been dug up already. I'm going to go ahead and rest a little bit, and then we're going to send you to where we know there's a few more goodies, wherever our alien drone is. Right over here. They haven't even been dug up yet. Wait a turn. You're fully healed, which is lovely. I'm going to stand away from the xenomass well. Actually hope that it respawns. Rather than the nust does. More farms. We get vertical farming relatively soon. We may replace some of these with academies later on. No, I'm actually not going to encourage you to go to war with the PAC. The PAC are already weak. Last thing I want is to make Brazil a little bit stronger. They're expanding like crazy people. So, alien genetics. Genetic mapping is going to be 5 turns to the next affinity level. And then I think we go up to servo machinery, which should level us up to 4 and unlock battle suits at the same time. I think that's the rush we're going to do. We are still picking up alien biology along the way, simply because if we're going to wage war, we are going to need that miasmic repulsor. I don't think we have any choice in the matter. And I think that's just the easiest way we can get 4 affinity levels and unlock our battle suits. And then from there, we can go straight maybe into vertical farming or something like that. Like, it's going to be almost exclusively beelining of purity affinity. Civil support might be the thing we do after that. Like, we might go server machinery into vertical farming, into civil support for the affinity, and the amazing hollow matrix. We'll see exactly how it goes. All right, choose operation. Let's steal a bunch of energy. Next. Let's get a clinic going as quickly as possible. Sure. Okay, you there. We're actually starting to run out of places where we can kind of improve things. We don't have any... It'd be nice maybe to have a node or something. But we can go and help out over here. And farm that. And you are standing in miasma, so why don't you go over here and then rest up to full. Hate that I actually left a little bit behind over here. We've got nothing else to do with the rover. Let's go finish it up. Oh, a siege worm. So, let's go into spy mode over here. See what we can see. How do we... How do we actually get our info? Isn't there supposed to be a little side panel showing me the spy information? Ah, I still have to click on the spy. Okay, all right. They're researching alien adaptation, which is over here, so that'll give them another harmony level, and unlock their Xenoswarm, which they are going to have. So we're not going to be ahead on units, but we might still be able to just smack them around. What are you building here? A colonist, so you're spamming that out. Repair facilities, thorium reactors. Ah. Golden Bell Temple, all right. Virtue, okay. Here's what I think, guys. I think we're going to go with Techno Artists, because right now, 22, 15% of that. So we get, what, an extra 3 science, which isn't bad right now. We're not in a position to build academies, and we may actually not spam out academies after all. Maybe, like, sort of in a mid-game. I don't know. I will pull it. We said we would pull it. Knowledge. +1, what is it? Is it +1 or +2? +1 psi. From academies. I mean, we can always come back and get it later. Or, science from culture. Because right now, the academy pick would do nothing for us, because we don't have academies, and we're not currently looking to research that tech either. Yeah, what's the one with the I? The I one is get an extra covert agent, which I don't particularly care about. I mean, we're obviously finishing knowledge. 10% science boost is going to be massive. It's going to help us catch up a lot. The question is just whether we go with the academies or the culture. And we're going culture. I mean, you know, hopefully I haven't influenced things too much, but that was the sort of thinking here. Is that it'll give us a little bit of beakers right now. So there we go. We went from, what, 57 to 65? We got the 10% boost. We got this. We got that. It's a pretty decent jump. I mean, certainly we're producing less science than everyone else, but this is Apollo difficulty, which is going to happen. Mutual open borders. Sure, why not? At least until we stop being friends. I do want to expand over here. Elixir is building 1 extra person. There we go.
Storm and lightning. How's your garden growing?
+1 science from Xenomass. Again, very, very helpful.
Think of Earth.
And we went from level 0 to level 2 purity. And actually, we're still about 2/3 of the way through to the next level as well. We had, like, it was weird. We're just at an odd breakpoint there where we were a little odd. Okay, this is actually one of, I like this question a lot. The automatic heals every turn are pretty goddamn sexy. But then again, the cover promotion for the ranged unit is stupendously good, because it lets you win battles against other ranged units. It lets you use these guys to hit cities a bit more. I mean, these are my archer units, not my city siege units, but it's still pretty helpful. But healing is really good. Pull. Gunner upgrade. Plus 30% cover, or 5 HP per turn. Gunner pull. Yeah, we're going to go up really fast in those affinities. I mean, still going to be a bit of a challenge with the Elodie. We'll have to figure out exactly when the right time to attack is. Wow, yeah, see, people are basically 50-50. And I think that's a good sign. I think it's a sign that they're both good picks. And it's one of those things I think people will argue about a lot. And the more people argue back and forth over something, the more it's a sign that it's pretty well balanced one way versus the other. It is currently 52% cover, and I'm in favor of taking the cover promotion. 51%? Literally 50-50? 51% the other way? Oh my god, this is tight. Hold on. Back to 50%? If you haven't voted already, make sure you vote. $52% for 5 HP per turn. Looks like we're going for the 5 HP per turn. 51%. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds here. If you haven't voted in the poll. And... oh my god, we're back to 50-50. Alright, I'm going to close my eyes. When I open them, whatever's at the top I pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30% cover. It was only there for a second, but it was technically there. Okay, they're both good. There's no wrong. Now, here's the other question. Marine, 50% when attacking, or 5% heal per turn when not embarked. Let's do one more poll. I know this sort of slows the action a little bit, but these are interesting. 15% when attacking. So the question is, do you make your Marine something that you used to attack with a lot, or do you build them up to be more defensive? And the nice thing about the heal per turn, by the way, if you don't know, is I believe you heal 5 hit points per turn every turn, not even if you're resting. You don't even have to be resting. You just get it every turn. But 15% attack is huge. But healing every single turn with your frontline units is huge. The healing every turn on the soldier is much more important, I think, than the healing every turn as the gunner. But 15% attack? I don't know. Juan Lynch just subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Juan Lynch. Okay, in this case, people are going for the 5 HP per heal. It is not overwhelming, but it's 58%. And I think that's going to be pretty solid. And I like that. I like making a nice defensive front line with the Marines that self-heal. That's going to be good. All right, so our rovers will get upgraded at 3. The missile rovers at 4. Very nice. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Gunboats at 5, which is not going to be important at all. But if we go up to 6, I think do we get our next soldier level at 6? Or is that when we upgrade maybe our unique unit? No, soldiers at 6. So our timing attacks, we might not get a nice timing attack at 4. But if we get to 6 affinity, that might be the sweet spot to attack AZ, especially if we have a fair number of soldiers. Cloning plants. 10% food carryover or +1 health. I'm going to go for +1 health. We've got a bit of a health crisis. This will assist us. It'll be good. Marine, stay where you are. You're fine. So what's the time we're at? We got about 15 minutes left to the stream. Combat rover, please do not get wormed. Try to run away from there.
What's ours is yours.
Will is influencing the voters. Of course, it's my job. Okay. Hutama is specifically asking for a favor here, which means it's less about giving me the favor. It's asking for help like this means we will get a diplomatic buff with them. I don't mind about giving away the Xenomass. I should actually be selling my Xenomass, though. I'm being really stupid about that. Hey, 8OZ! You want some of my Xenomass?
Bonjour, mon ami.
Use it to build tons of units. That way you'll run out and when we go for war. Oh yeah, we have a friendship agreement. So, it's what? It's like 30 per? Can I get like 120? Oh, you can get a lot more than that. How much does she pay? Is it 40 per? You get like 160? 5? Alright. Thank you. Gene Garden. Okay, we need to get that going. Science, health, obviously. We've got a quest for it. Plus, when this finishes the quest, we'll get some more stuff. Gene Gardens we want everywhere. I guess that's our colonist right there, which I'm going to go ahead and settle over by the green spot. If you've got a complaint about the green spot, please speak now or forever hold your peace. People were talking about inland. I think that's a great spot. It's really close to the titanium. We get the growth from the tubers right away. I think it's really, really strong. It's also going to give us something good to do with our workers, which are a little bit idle right now. I'm going to move all the way over here. And, really? Are you getting destroyed here? I'm going to move you into the miasma. So I'll move that scout all the way over and hope he doesn't die from a sea dragon. But now I don't know if they'll reach the end destination. I don't think we want to run to Castle Reynolds. We can get huge... It's not huge trade. We get decent money, this trade route to Mandira. But I think we want to keep going with our station routes here as much as possible. I'm going to go with Camp Cascade. Although the Golden Bell Temple is also nice. We got to remember, Camp Cascade has been leveled up. If we level up the Golden Bell Temple, we will get a fair amount of extra culture. But for now, I could actually use the money. Also, the food's always helpful. So yeah, I'm gonna... 4 units twice as strong when defending. Well, that'll be pretty helpful. Oh, you're gonna come that way? Alright, well, do your best. I have full faith in you. I'm sure you're going to make it home, or make it to the destination perfectly fine and safe. Go ahead and build me one more farm, but then after that we'll probably move you over to our new city location, which is up there. At some point we'll have to get rid of Shackleton. I need my titanium, so sorry, no. That's all I have to offer, so I'm sorry. I'll sell you open borders for like 2 energy per turn. Nice. Do more of that. Ah, that's really unfortunate. That probably means my explorer won't be able to do anything either. Anyway, deal. Open borders. 2 energy per turn. I don't care if you guys walk through my territory. Give me some energy right now. Ah, and it's not like there's any tourism or anything to worry about in this game, or like conversions, which is probably why they're not interested in that. Would you like to peace out?
What?
One more turn before we can do that. Okay. Brazil? You think I'm a warmonger?
Vamos conversar.
Well, sort of.
Que tenga bom dia.
Uh-huh. We might just have to stick with friendlies. I think we're selling open borders to her already. Yeah, we can get an alliance with her, which would be an interesting way to play the game. I suppose I could pull for something like that, but I don't know. I think we're all in favor of a little bit of warfare here. Not gonna happen today. We're still mostly just teching up to it. That is a hell of a pathing choice, Slavic colonist. Please try not to get sea dragoned.
Patent your discoveries. Each new species represents an opportunity for uncontestable ownership of that life.
Okay.
I wonder what life was like on Earth when...
So we got our level 1 affinity for harmony, mostly just because I wanted the anti-masma satellites. I don't think it'll really pay off too much for us. Franco-Iberia. We're friends, so where are you going? I'm betting she's going to destroy Shackleton, because apparently she's like a crazy expander. But it may be worth redeploying a marine over here by Adama. We can get our gunner up on this hill as well. Something like that. Alright, I'm going to get this guy to... I guess we don't take any damage from miasma anymore. That's true. That's really good. I'm going to move you to Castle Reynolds. We're going to start building a road out to around here. You are going to stand here and just babysit the area. Make sure that our settler is going to be okay. You can also come up to the north. Get ready to improve some tubers once you get there. It's bad when Brazil thinks you're a warmonger. Well, I did declare war on them and kill their settler. So, that's a thing. And I agreed to declare war on the African Union. There we go. There's a peace treaty. Just had to wait for our deal to wear off. I'm peaceful. I make peace just as often as I declare war. That keeps me neutral, right? We're going to get a farmer lab down right away because our health is going to drop again once we get our colony. So we may as well get those things up and running as quickly as possible. We have pretty good improvements by Castle Renal. I think most of the tiles they should be working are improved. We don't have the ability to connect floatstone yet. We will need that soon, obviously, but not yet. We don't need floatstone for any units this time. You're going to go over that way. You're going to set up here. Genetic mapping, 2 turns. There'll be another affinity level. It will definitely send us to 3. It won't be enough to wrap us all the way to 4, but it's still going to be pretty good. Also, we get more strength against aliens, which is nice. Still hoping for this Xenomass nest to respawn, because I would like to finish that quest. You are done. Yeah, we might send people en masse over here. I don't know. Let's move you this way, anyway, and see what we can do. Things are pretty well improved in this area. I think everything that we need hooked up is hooked up. Should I remove some of this miasma? Maybe. If we have to defend against these guys, we will want this miasma cleared so we can have some defensive units in our own territory. It's a siege worm, which should be fine. I'm going to make sure that my settler isn't moving close to it.
Yes, homesteading this world is hard, but all the people pitch in and somehow the work gets done.
Okay, that's useful. Look at this, we're already level 4.
If you're going to rejigger an organism's genotype, you should give it the courtesy of reading its manual first.
Good flavor text.
I know we can.
Okay, so my God, we got a lot of stuff suddenly. we are currently working on bionics. No, to work towards servo machinery. So we already have our level 4, but we don't have our battle suits yet. And I told you, like, we're going to get those affinities like you would not believe. They're going to start pouring in super fast. In fact, depending on if there's another quest going on or not, and I think if we were to clear another alien nest... Oh yeah, I got to do that thing. If I can destroy another alien nest, I'm pretty sure that will give me more purity affinity. It's entirely possible we might hit affinity level 6 with servo machinery, which means, I mean, battlesuits only need level 4, but that will mean we'll have our third version of our soldiers. So I don't know, it's soldier, marine, and then whatever comes after that. I should just be pumping out non-stop military units at this point. Armor! So you either get a bonus when flanking or a bonus when attacking fortified units. So I like both of these. It's really tempting because, I mean, fortified units are obviously tougher already. So it helps if you can sort of burst through them. On the other hand, on Combat Rover, which has mobility, I feel you often get a flanking bonus. Now, obviously, the flanking bonus is less than the bonus against fortified, but what you're looking to do is you're trying to attack people who aren't fortified, so that way they don't have the defensive bonus, and then you're getting a plus 20, which is pretty strong, which is pretty good. That's usually my thought with the Combat Rover, but being able to burst a front line that's fortified, plus 30, that's a lot. Combat Rover, spell things right, Rover upgrade. So, plus 20% flanking, plus 30% VS fortified. I don't actually tend to use a lot of fast movement objects, and that's true in Civ 5 as well, which is probably a mistake. I've discovered more and more and more that, you know what, like, some high mobility units are good. I need to build more of them, but it'll be interesting to see what's up. Hello, Mladenikovic, long-time lurker. Nice to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. Where's my poll? I don't know. I lost it. There it is. Results. Really? Plus 30% versus fortified. Really interesting. I almost always go flanking, which might be a mistake, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I sold fortified too well. Who knows? We're going to go ahead with the fortified. It's a 60-40 split. Artillery. Okay. So, this is the artillery, the missile rover, which we use to blow up. It's a siege unit, right? Like a catapult in Civ 5. You have to set up, and you can bombard. It's a ranged unit. Built in, it has a good strength against cities. It also has the anti-orbital strike. We can either get an extra plus 30% when attacking cities, or 20% against land units. I'm not even going to pull this one. I want the bonus when attacking cities. I build these units to blow up cities. So I want to be able to blow them up real good. So yeah, you already have the plus 10 there. So now we're going to get a huge bonus to blowing up cities, and that's going to be incredibly, incredibly valuable. And we're also going to start building some artillery. I'm going to want some units. What else could I build in the city right now? Oops, not purchase. Yeah, that's fine. No, we're going to pump out. I think I want maybe 3 missile rovers, at least 2. And 3 might be really, really, really nice. I'm going to fortify up over here. Those French units are definitely going east. I suspect she must just be... I'm sure she must be going for Shackleton. She probably wants to settle here. So, floatstone. This floatstone here may fall to Franco-Iberia. There's not... I can't buy that tile. I suppose I could buy this tile. It might expand that way, but it seems kind of unlikely. But it doesn't matter. We don't need a ton of floatstone, assuming we are going to run a successful war against Franco-Iberia. And that's a big assumption. Sure, maybe. I don't know. But we got to hope. I'm going to come over here. We're actually going to start building that road right away. You keep working this way. You just stand on that colonist. Build me a road. Colonist. Go there. Escort. Way to turn. Asthma has been cleared near Castle Reynolds. Build a road. And yeah, maybe I should build a road here because we do have a lot of back and forth. The problem is I don't need it for the connection. And I don't like to pay for something that I don't need. Oh, we can go improve these tubers. That would actually be really nice. I don't think I've got a worker left over here. This one. We'll finish the farm and then try to improve those tubers. Great convoy. Shackleton. Which may or may not survive. We'll see how it goes. You've cleared that. We can't hook up the stone yet. We've got a road being built up to here. I'm just going to start walking you in this way. So, all right, the game is suggesting colonizing over here. Let's do a poll and do this officially. I'll put a red pin. I'll put a blue pin. I'll put, say, there we go, a white pin. This is like one of my favorite mods. Doing something like that. Okay, here are possible colonizing spots. We've got blue, red, green, white. This whole time I've been thinking green, but let's do a sanity check. Maybe it's not the smart place to do it. I could be very stupid here. Colonize. Blue, red, green, white. Multiple poll choices will be turned on. So you can check more than one if you think it would make sense. Colonist poll. Bam. Bam, bam. Hey, Buchko, thank you very much for the tip. Talking with a friend time ago, recall your words in 2011 in review. Yes, are you the one who just emailed me about that? Someone just emailed me about the 2011 year in review video. Sent a very nice email that I haven't responded to yet because I never have any time for anything. So thank you very much for the kind words there, Bushko. What else do people say? Take the blue pill, take the red pill. I voted red. Really? Oh, Rhinoceros Maximus says, I voted red. I think that place would look prettiest with the city. That's a valid reason. And honestly, like, they're very samey. These two spots over here are relatively samey in that they'll both start with the tubers right away, which is important. And they're both one tile away from the titanium, which is pretty good. The advantage of settling here is we can actually build a farm on this tile, which you can do on hills that are next to rivers, which I'm quite keen on because then you get a production tile that also feeds itself pretty nicely. Green is 39% of the vote, red at 28, blue at 21, and white at 12. So I will go ahead with the green spot. I think they're all good. Yeah, need a colorblind choice. I just feel bad. One of my good friends, Demonac, who is frequently in the chat. I don't think he's here today because I think he's currently at work. That is the problem with streaming at this time. Everyone, North America, or the Americas time zone, is currently at work or at school, more or less. I think I'm going to move this armor down. I want to use it more defensively than anything else. Maybe I'll leave it where it is. That's going to be okay. Zen Trigger. I just chose my favorite color because the stream doesn't always play for me. Oh, Zen Trigger. Da-da. All right. You guys are just blocking each other, which is fine. You're going to get to the tubers. We're going to settle on our green spot. Now, we can't rename the city yet. We can't rename it until it's a city. Now, we are technically at our time limit. I kind of feel like we might want to play until the city is named. But on the other hand, it might be worth putting a cut in here to so that we can consider our plans going forward. Okay, hold on. It's a no-brainer to go to server machinery right now. I think we can afford to push just a little bit. Your job will be to go here. Next turn, it would be nice to send some trade routes. As far as I can tell, we've got a clear route for internal trade routes over to Krabrost. What we are going to need, we still need another trade route or two in Castle Reynolds, actually. I should really get those built. You're at 0-2. Wait. 2 of 2. There we go. 0 of 2. All right. 2 of 2, of course. After you do the artillery, and I realize we do have to build the army, but we're going to get a couple of trade convoys in Castle Reynolds. Maybe we want to get a trade ship there. You know what? Let's get one trade convoy for some internal routes, and then one trade vessel over here. And I don't need to rush the artillery. I'll actually delay it with one turn left on there. That's going to be fine. Yeah, the flag mod is map pins. There's if you check the videos on YouTube, I've got a link to where my mods come from. It's some place it's called like pick and mix, something or other. I can't work on this tile yet. I guess we'll just rest in place here. I guess it's going to expand this way around, so it'll be a few turns. Tell you what, I can probably stand here, clear out this miasma, and then build a farm there. Whoa! There we go. Franco-Iberia heading north, which is fine. It would be nice if this city was a city right now instead of an outpost. I would quickly buy a bunch of tiles here to force them to settle even further away. But I think we just denied them a spot. I'm so happy because I bet you they would have taken this spot, and I would have been a little bit upset. Cloning plant. Probably a priority. We got to build those military units. Okay, let's do a quick poll here. Adama. Cloning plant for food or repair facility into spam units. It's tough. I mean, long term, food is good. Growing your city is good. But we really have to hit a timing attack. And I'm worried that the right thing to do might be to set aside the cloning plant temporarily. You do get the production from the xenomass, which is pretty nice. The food, the health. I think we've got to build the cloning plant. But there's something to be said about spend 4 turn on repair facility and then just start spamming out the units. We have to crush Franco-Iberia, who's still hanging around my borders quite a bit. They have a decent-sized military. We will, I believe, be able to hit purity level 6 and roll them over with some really good ground troops. So, repair facility, spam units. Cloning plant, super powerful, but winning a war, also super powerful. Trade convoy, your job is to move over to Adama. Oh, no, sorry, Castle Reynolds. Misread that. Yeah, there's a Quillatine subreddit on Reddit. Not super active, but it could become so. If you guys just decide to go over there and subscribe, you get a lot more conversations going. I don't run the subreddit myself. Mostly it's other people post things, post about videos, start discussions, and I will comment when I can. I try to stay hands off, so it's a place where you guys can go and bitch about me. We definitely want to send a trade route to Krabros right now. We'll have to rename it. We need to know. That'll be the last poll of the day, is what do we rename this place to? Another one. Grow fast. That is done. Good. Go ahead and hook up these tubers, please and thank you. Castle Reynolds. How's our health? Almost there. We actually have positive health right now. It'll probably go back down to 0 once the city becomes a city. But that gives us a good opportunity to sneak in some tech. Or, okay, here's another good question. Reynolds, obviously tech, very important. But if we're going total war, build the tech buildings, or, again, repair into spam units. I want to win decisively when I go to Franco-Iberia. Like, I want to crush them hard, which implies units. But tech's pretty good. Reynolds, full. Also, yeah, I know the money is going down a little bit, which means maybe I should put thorium reactor on the list. Tell you what, if we pick the military, if the military option wins, we'll actually build the thorium reactor first. We might build the thorium reactor first regardless. You're right, we do need money, especially if we're going to spam out units. Okay. Our tech... Let's go with the thorium reactor. It'll help once we get the trade routes. Part of the problem is we are running a couple of internal trade routes to Krabros. The money will improve slightly. But the problem is we actually don't have that many great trading partners. We'll squeeze in the money, then go into some tech over here. So probably Cyto Nursery, because we'll still need a little bit of health. Oh, Gene Garden. It's less techy, lots of science. We're not going to need that much. I like the Cyto Nursery. Gives us a little bit of everything. We can build a little bit faster. Lab. Network. Well, we won't queue up that much. We'll go Thorium Reactor and Cyto Nursery, and then we'll sort of reevaluate at that point, which will probably be next week. Aww. That makes me sad. Plus, LOD's probably going to settle over here by the 7 titanium. Which is okay. We'll just take over that city. Hopefully she builds it in a good spot. Trade Wessel. Not Castle Reynolds. I think we go to the Golden Bell Temple. Start working, getting that leveled up. Or, hold on, Mandira. That is a lot of money and a lot of science. We're going to do that. You. Oh! I thought the outpost grew, like, always counterclockwise or something. Apparently, no. They grow using the same rules as everything else. Which is fine. We removed that miasma, which is an okay thing. Now we can go and work on the tuber plantation. Trade convoy. You are to go to Castle Reynolds. There we go. Next turn. And then we're going to start building military units again. Robust exchange. Yes. Let's take a look. How's Elodie? She's still at level 4. Well, we knew she was about to get to level 4. We were checking her research before. Let's take a look at our spying right now. That's not how we do it. Researching computing. Oh my god! And she's building gunners. Building a cloning plant. Building a vivarium. Okay, so a unit, but not necessarily too much. She's researching computing, which means she has no spies yet. Interesting. And it also means that she's not rushing to another affinity level right now. I think we're going to pass her in infinity, and I think we're going to smash. Let's get some more artillery over here. This artillery. So the question is, where are we going to attack first? I feel like Fidel might be the thing. I think it's relatively close and might be easy to do, especially, and I think I'm going to make this a priority. I'm going to buy this tile. I want to make sure we don't lose that tile because it gives us a slightly better setup. It's relatively close. We can get some units up on these hills, which can fire at the city. Also, we can put an artillery right here and here that will fire at the city. And if we put a melee unit here, we can protect it pretty well. I think that's a good first target. Obviously, I would like to take the capital. And if I take Fidel, taking Prosperity is virtually impossible without a bunch of ships. But part of me is like low-hanging fruit first. The other alternative is to start over here. Rush through Berat, Grand Exito, which will be a little bit challenging actually because this is a hill here. We've got mountains, a hill, so that blocks the line of sight. There's a hill here, so technically we can bombard from here to the city. But otherwise we have to wrap all the way around. So basically it'd be grab Barrett and then move through this area over here and then bombard. And then putting one artillery, one melee unit there, which might not be too bad, and that sets us up for a run on Le Caire. It's a little bit early to lock down on any of that, but it's, you know, worth starting to think about anyway. You guys start to let that mijote in your brain, simmer in your brain. We'll send a trade route to Le Caire because it's some science for us. We're up to 91 beakers right now, which ain't terrible. We have 2 trade routes going to Quebros, which means it should grow relatively quickly. You are going to set up a plantation over here. Matty Matt, Quill, make love, not war. I'll tell you what, I'll take over all the French territory first. As we know, like the French-Spanish sort of culture, that's romantic. So we'll take over their land, and then we'll make love for the rest of the game. We're not at war with anyone, right? We have peaced out, pretty sure. Do we want to encourage anyone to go to war with anyone? And I did call it the KP over here are this is going to be really, really, really bad. I don't suppose there's any way I could convince you to go to war against the KP. No. What about the other way around? KP, would you care to declare war on Brazil, maybe?
Speak.
Son of a bitch. The KP are going to be... That's going to be the hardship. Oh, and they're invading my territory. That's not so bad, though. It'll be a little easier to take over. The thing is, we need to, like, take some French territory, get more powerful enough that we can run an attack on these guys over here, and hope that that'll be enough to lead us to victory. If we stop the KP from winning, and we've taken over a little territory from Iberia, so we'll be bigger, and if we stop the KP from winning, I think we will win. I think those are our goals. Anyway, where are we right now? Adama, where we built the research lab, or the repair bay. Let's squeeze out the thorium reactor first. I think people made a good point about we need to watch our finances. We're going to send you to New Babylon. We're going to watch our finances and then go back into military production. Does delay our build slightly. Cooperation for now, I guess, is fine. It gives us someone else we might be able to sell some awesome stuff to. The only problem with it is if someone tried to ask me to go to war with them.
If you listen at night, you can sometimes hear Casey Jones, the Wabash Cannonball, with his iron legs still running a mile a minute.
That's interesting. I remember the first game of this. I ended up building quite a few biowells because I was having problems with health. It might still be worth doing, especially since it does have a yield of 2. I mean, there's a maintenance, but other than that, it's not too bad. Institute, I don't tend to make a priority. Bionics Lab is really good, though. Really good. Now, it's worth noting that that plus 20% health bonus is only plus 20% to local health. So right now, if I built it, it wouldn't actually help our health situation. But since we are building relatively vertically right now, like as in we have several bigger cities as opposed to many, many cities, it probably will actually be quite handy. Anyway, how did our missions go? Did we succeed everywhere? We were detected in 2 places, but we succeeded everywhere. We've got tons of money right now. which means we might be able to bypass some of these thorium reactors. We'll finish them anyway, I think. And now we can start stealing science, which is good because we actually have a job. Is it in Lakaya? What's our mission here? Steal science in Ainsa, which is here where we actually don't have enough intrigue, so we're going to have to steal some more energy there. And energy there. I think 18 turns. It's 11 turns per the battle suit. We got to produce them. I'm actually wondering if we should move our spies. Well, you know what? The advantage of having the spies there is we get vision. So no, I actually want to keep the spies here just because it gives us vision, which is really useful. And I guess even when we declare war, the spies don't leave. It's only when the city falls, which won't happen that quickly, especially since we're starting in Berat and Gran Exito. So that's fine. So again, we're going to continue right until our new outpost becomes a city, and then we are going to call it quits for today. That's improved, which is good. Why don't you head over here? Are only city names from TV shows or movies used for the cities, or are names from novels also valid? Names of novels might be okay, which is why at some point we'll probably name one of my cities Harrington, which is a really, really good set of sci-fi novels. The Honor Harrington series. Okay, new virtue. So, actually, this is a great poll here. We're going to put a pause on knowledge, most likely, for now. Who knows? We might come back later on. Could happen. But for now, we're going to start on a new tree. So the question is, which one are we going to do? New virtue tree. I was going to write honor. Might, prosperity, industry. And create poll. And there's a lot of pros and cons. I mean, we're talking about war, so might becomes kind of attractive. On the other hand, might I don't usually consider to be as strong as prosperity and industry. On the third hand, the nice thing about might, hold on, let me actually pull this. Third thing, might is interesting in that you do get the health bonus quite early with the public security. Everything else comes a little bit later, mind over matter. On the other hand, you need 28 units for mind over matter, or for public security to give you more health than mind over matter, which is quite a big ask. And then trade units, you would need 14 trade units for it to beat mind over matter. But it does come a little bit sooner. And on the bright side, you get to produce things faster. You also get a lot of money from industry, right? Between commoditization, central planning, investment becomes a possibility. But survivalism isn't important for us at this point. Fighting aliens, who cares about that? Scavenging also I don't think is going to be important for us. But more XP? I mean, it's not Civ 5 XP. Civ 5 50% XP bonus is huge because the promotions are sick. But more production for military units is pretty good. Obviously, we take public security. I don't think we need to worry about Liberation Army. Although, it does lead to special services, which is pretty damn sexy. But I think we'd skip that branch. I think we'd be going straight down the middle if we went this way. But industry, but prosperity, all really freaking good. What do people think? They're thinking, oh, that's tight. Okay, so only 25% for prosperity, but might and industry, it's 39 and 36% respectively. It looks like might, well, I mean, might is in the lead right now, but only by 4 votes. So we're going to give people a little bit more time to put this in. This is going to be basically this and then how we name our city. These are going to be the last 2 polls of the day, and then we're going to wrap up the stream. Still looking like might. It's 39%, 35, 26. Now it's 38, 30. Oh, industry is leading, or not leading, but is catching up. A few more votes for might. Prosperity's probably auto running. That is a problem with the first past the post system. Right now, prosperity is acting as a spoiler potentially for something. Oh my God, they're literally 63 votes each, might and industry. 64, 64, 65, 64, 66, 64. Industry is now in the lead. All right, I'm gonna give it one more minute here. Let our city go. I'm gonna take this moment to prepare a poll for our next city name. New city name. Shepherd, Harrington, Kirk, Janeway, Cisco. I need more captain names too. Dropo! Okay, industry is now in the lead. 41% to 37%. I'm going to lock it down for industry at this point. So, With industry, obviously we have to start with labor logistics, which is always strong. Right now, it's not going to help us build units. This would have been stronger earlier on. We're not going to lie about that. Really? Why do we want this? It's got the money. Profiteering is going to be okay. Comes a little bit faster than mine over matter. But we need 14 trade units, which means 7 cities. You do get Magnasanti later on, which is pretty good. Interesting. Oh, Archer. Yeah, we can add Archer. Industry is definitely the winner. All right, industry it is. The people have spoken. Labor logistics. Done. I'm just going to check the chat for more names. Captain Crunch. Akbar. He's technically an admiral. Picard. Picard is already a city. All right, we'll put Akbar in the list. Vulcan? All right. Is he a starship captain? Maybe. Brannigan! Oh, for crying out loud. I was just thinking of Futurama. I was like, who's the captain of the Futurama ship? Would it be, Leela? I guess? Yeah, technically. I mean, captain, pilot, something like that. How do you spell Leela? Is E-E-L-A? Yes. But, Brannigan. Is that Brannigan? Okay, I'm going to call that good enough. So we're going to say multiple poll choices, because we've got a lot of options. I'm going to put the poll in there. We can't quite name the city yet. Okay, city name poll. Boom. Post. Did. There we go. All right, next turn. The next turn, we might have our city. We're good friends. We're all friends. Everything is awesome. For now, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill you, Frenchie. Where to mine? Next turn. Captain Planet. Yeah, Captain Planet's not a starship captain. More wonders are going. Yay! Okay, our new city is done. I do usually like to start with the Old Earth Relic to push back the borders. But I actually think that starting with the Trade Depot might actually be slightly stronger in this new city. Quest decisions. Gene Garden. Oh, for crying out loud, we're going to have to pull that. Health is good, but +3 energy? That's a lot. If it was +2, I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty balanced, but I'd go health. At +3? God, that's tempting. Health is always good, but... Alright, so... More straw polls. Gene Garden. I'm going to wait until the city name one is done, though. +3 energy, +1 health. Checking the results on the straw poll. In fact, I'm going to bring it onto the big screen over here. By doing one of those. Right now, Captain Zap Brannigan is leading the charge over Commander Shepard, who is sort of a captain of the ship. She got in too much trouble, though. That's why she never ranked up beyond commander. Kirk third, Admiral Akbar being fourth. Captain Sisko did start off life on DS9 as Commander Sisko, but did get a promotion to captain. Doesn't captain a starship, but does all right. And then we've got Harrington over here, who starts off as Commander Harrington, then goes to Captain Harrington, then like Fleet Captain, third class, first class, Admiral, fucking Queen of the Universe, Harrington. It's a long series. There's a lot of books, and what I like about it, it is not static. It changes. Janeway Archer Lena. Oops. Typo, sorry, it's supposed to be Leela. My bad, you guys. And then Captain Falcon, who I only know from the Smash Brothers series. I know he's from another game. But looks like our new city is going to be called Brannigan. Congratulations, you guys. You did it. Let me just check the spelling on that one. I did actually spell it wrong. So there we go. So I'm correcting the spelling before we go and name the city. Oh, and then the Gene Garden vote. Let me put that aside. 1 second. I just want to be able to paste before I paste the straw poll link. Oh my god, you can't paste! I mean, I understand why. These text interfaces in games don't usually use the standard Windows API, which is why you can't copy and paste, generally speaking. Great poll for the Gene Garden. Gene poll. Boom. Inform the crew, Kif. I've made it. With the city. Not good at doing the Zap Brannigan voice, which is too bad. Oh, Bouclier is over here. Interesting choice of a city location. I really thought she would go up here. Alright, that's fine. That'll be an easy target for our Wrath later on. The Gene Garden. +3 energy is holding a slim lead over +1 health. I'm going to go with the energy. which really is leading me to think that maybe we don't have to worry about building the storm reactors, but they're basically done now. We're making plus 20 per turn. You know what? Money is pretty good. One of the things we can do, as soon as we finish researching servo machinery, is I could actually just buy probably a couple of battle suits. There are 160 base hammers, so how much does that cost? Is it like triple, quadruple? It's not double. I guess we can compare to someone else. So let's say this gunner. Oh, it is quadruple. Quadruple the production cost is the money cost. So 320, 640. We're going to be able to instantly buy 2 battle suits, which coincidentally is exactly how much titanium we have. That might work. And then we'll keep creating other units in the background. Anyway, that is it for the poll. We have completed that quest decision. We have named our new city Brannigan. I will go and keep maybe 1 Marines. Actually, I really don't need to. There's no way they get attacked up there. Let's go and start moving these units down here. I mean, there's no way. I say that in before I get destroyed. Why didn't I think about destroying that settler? That's fine. Not a big deal. We're going to take over all that territory at some point anyway. These things got reset. I am quite a fan, I think, of going with, say, this route just to feed Castle Reynolds, which actually needs a little bit of help finishing its science building. We're not actually sending anything to Brannigan. That's going to be okay. Obviously, we don't want to send anything to the Iberian cities because we're going to be going to war soon-ish, whenever our friendship agreement expires, really. And Vasanta doesn't make any sense at all. So we're going to go and do that. I'll just wrap up this turn here, another trade convoy here. Could send some production to Picard, send an extra production to Reynolds. Going to Brannigan would result in the greatest amount of food and production in general. It would obviously be internal. Oops, no. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Adama will get the extra production boost. And there we go. That's the end of the turn. So we are going to prepare for war. Heck, I might even go ahead and do a truce break or a cooperation agreement break with these guys. When does it expire? We didn't make it that long ago, but I was sure we weren't going to be ready. Deal history. I don't think it shows the friendship deal history, which is a shame. 153 is when we made the Xenomass for energy, which obviously happened after the friendship agreement. That was done on 123. That's quite a few turns ago. Unless we renewed the relationship agreement, but I don't know if we did. It feels like that was too long ago, though. So it actually might be close to expiring soon, which would be okay. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Hopefully, in a sense, the new winter update won't be released before next week, because if it is, I don't know if we'll be continuing this game. We might need to reset it. We'll see. Assuming it doesn't break save compatibility, we might go ahead and roll the dice and hope that it works anyway, just in terms of at least doing the war. We might go and finish the game one way or another. I'm really sad that this got destroyed. You know, I wonder if I should just go and dig that up. I could buy an explorer. There's a possibility we'll get +1 production. You know what? Let's do it. Yeah, that means instant purchasing one less thing, but that's okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming out. This is actually a 2.5-hour stream instead of a 2-hour stream. But there you go. That Northern French city dope, that's fine. Irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Doesn't even matter. We're going to be all right. Yes, so, if you did miss any of the stream, it will be put up on YouTube. Look for it maybe in a couple of days or something like that. Also, a reminder, there is a live stream this Saturday. We're going to be playing some Sid Meier's Pirates. And if you're new to the channel, please follow twitch.tv/Quill18. You'll be alerted when we go live. But also, I'm mostly a YouTuber, youtube.com/Quill18. That's where most of my content goes up there. I do a lot of strategy games, Civ, both Civ 5, Beyond Earth, all kinds of ground strategy games from Paradox, and all kinds of different titles like that. So if you like these sorts of things, you'll probably like the rest I do. So make sure you subscribe. youtube.com/Quill18. See you next week, or ideally on Saturday. Bye-bye.